In today's class, I introduce this link. This is the official Java documentation by Oracle. I shared this link in our Google Classroom, so you can get the content from by clicking the links here. Okay. So first of all, we will see something about Java. They have given some keywords as characteristics of Java programming. Those are simple, object-oriented, distributed, multi-threaded, dynamic, architecture-neutral, portable, high-performance, robust, and secure. So in our class, we have seen the explanation for all these stuffs. So why we call it as call Java as simple, because it is the syntax is simple and easy to learn, easy to understand. And why it is object oriented, so already we know that everything is considered as an object. That's why we call it as object oriented. And we can create a distributed application, that is we can access the applications in a distributed manner from multiple locations. We can use or we can access the application using remote method invocation or enterprise Java beans, like that. And multi-threaded, so it is a kind of doing more than two tasks parallelly. So here each task is named as a thread, and at a time we can parallelly execute multiple threads in Java. That's why we call it as multi-threaded. And dynamic, so why we call it as dynamic is in Java everything is classes. So we already told that it is object oriented programming and everything is based on object. But actually in Java programming, when we are trying to write, we start with some class. So in Java itself, it's a collection of classes and some other thing like interfaces and all. So those classes can be loaded during runtime. That's why we call it as dynamic as one characteristics. And architecture neutral. Architecture neutral is the example is clearly explained here. Then the memory allocation for the data types. For example, here integer data type. We already see in C programming when we study by book. For integer data type, it allocates 2 bytes. But when we are executing in our laptop, it shows 4 bytes of memory is allocated for integer data type. This is because we are using 64-bit operating system. But in book, we study as 2 bytes of memory allocation for integer data type, because it mentioned based on 32-bit operating system. But in the case of Java, it is not like that. Whether you are using 32-bit operating system or 64-bit architecture, whatever, it will allocate 4 bytes of memory for integer data type. That's we call it as architecture neutral. And also it is portable. Portable in the sense we are having our Java program, that means our source code. When we compile it, we will get a intermediate code called bytecode. It is in the file name extension of .class files. Okay, we call it as bytecode. Those bytecode can be run in any machine which has Java virtual machine. For example, I am developing one Java program using my Mac OS and compile it and get a bytecode. Then this bytecode can be executed in a machine which runs Windows, or I can run that application in a mobile phone, for example Android mobile phone or some other operating system like Linux, whatever. Once a bytecode is ready, we can run that bytecode in any operating system, provided it has JVM on it. And high performance, so normally we call Java is a faster executable language because of this Java bytecode. But actually we can't claim as a fully faster language, but anyhow we can claim that it is a high performance language. And robust in the sense Java has built-in memory management, and it has no pointers and automatic garbage collection. So like so many properties like this, we can call Java as a robust programming language, and it is secured. These are the things we discussed in the class under the characteristics of Java. And what we discussed is there are three terms while discussing about Java environment. The terms are JVM, Java Virtual Machine, and JRE, Java Runtime Environment, and JDK, Java Development Kit. So what is JVM? So from this figure I can explain that. As already told that if I am having bytecode, I can run that bytecode in any machine which having JVM on it, I told. So JVM is the abbreviation for Java Virtual Machine, but actually it is not physically exist. It is a virtual machine. The name itself says that it is a virtual machine. It doesn't exist physically, but there is an environment. There is environment is physically exist. That environment we call it as Java Runtime Environment. So runtime environment, which where virtually a machine is running, we will execute the bytecode with the help of some set of libraries and some other files required to execute this bytecode. So there is a environment physically exists which we call it as Java Runtime Environment. In that environment there is a machine is running. It is a virtual machine, not physically exist, which will run the bytecode using some set of libraries. Okay. So once we are having runtime environment, we can execute our bytecode. Suppose you are a user, you are going to use execute some Java application. You only need the runtime environment. That means the JRE. If you are having the runtime environment, inside that you are having your virtual machine and some set of libraries used to run the bytecode. So if you are having your runtime environment, you can execute the bytecode. Suppose if you want to develop a Java application from scratch of your own, then you need to install the Java Development Kit. So Java Development Kit will consist of this JRE as well as some other tools which is used to develop the Java application. So like here some example as Java C, Java. So this Java C is used to compile your source code, and Java it is used to run the bytecode. So these are the three main terms you must know about in Java. So Java Development Kit, once you are a developer, to develop a Java application you must need a Java Development Kit. Once you install Java Development Kit, this bundle itself contains the Java runtime environment as well as Java development tools also. But if you are a user, you are not going to develop any application, but you are going to execute only the Java application, then you have to install only the runtime environment alone. Okay.